Today, I'll talk about the possibility of life in the solar system. Currently, there's only one planet in the solar system that holds life Earth. However, there could actually be five more possible planets and moons that could possibly hold life. But before we look at them, let's look at the requirements for life. First of the requirements for life to exist is liquid water. Water is important for life to exist as it acts as a universal solvent, allowing chemical reactions to happen in living organisms. It is called an universal solvent because it is capable of dissolving more substances than any other liquid. It also allows for the movement of molecules and nutrients within organisms and supports essential functions. In addition, water's unique properties enable stable interactions between molecules, which are crucial for the structure and function and helps organisms regulate their temperature, facilitating biochemical processes. Now, second up on the list is an energy source. An energy source is actually very important for life to exist, as it provides the fuel and energy for growth, reproduction, and suitable temperature, such as us on Earth. In the solar system, that would be the sun. The sun is actually a yellow dwarf star and is actually the driving force between Earth's weather. Protection against radiation is also very important. As well, proper protection, radiation can directly damage the DNA molecules within cells, causing mutations that can disrupt genetic information. It can also cause cellular dysfunction, which impairs the normal functioning of cells, affecting their ability to carry out essential metabolic processes. In addition, it can cause tissue and organ damage, which can potentially lead to radiation sickness, organ failure, and even death. Lastly, it can cause reproduction issues as well as increasing the risk of cancer and other long term health illnesses. Even on Earth, we have to wear hats to protect ourselves from the sun's radiation. Lastly, on the list is a suitable temperature range. If the temperature is too high or too low, it can damage the cells and tissues of the organisms. Life generally seems to be limited to a temperature range of minus 15 degrees Celsius to 115 degrees Celsius. In this range, water can still exist under certain conditions, such as superheated water. Now let's look at the planets and moons which life could potentially exist. These are the possible planets and moons that life could possibly exist in: Venus, Mars, Europa, Andronicus, and Titan. However, due to time constraints, today we're only going to be talking about Venus, Mars, and Titan. First up is Venus, the second planet from the Sun. Did you know that Venus is actually the hottest planet in the solar system? But can life exist there? Let's take a look. Now, Venus is located approximately 108 million kilometers away from the Sun, and it's actually quite similar in size to Earth. However, its rotation and day length is quite different from Earth, as a day on Venus lasts 243 Earth days, making it way longer than its year, which is 225 Earth days, and Venus has no moons. Venus is actually geologically active and has numerous volcanoes, such as Maximum Montes, which is actually the highest mountain on Venus, and is actually higher than our own Mount Everest. Venus actually has a very dry atmosphere and has no significant bodies of water, and is described like a desert-like planet. For human exploration, the Soviet Union's Vernia program managed to successfully landed several spacecraft on Venus during the 1960s and 70s. So, we looked at Venus from the outside, but what about the surface? Venus's atmospheric pressure and temperature has a Venus has actually an incredibly dense atmosphere with surface pressure about 92 times that of Earth, and it has a very hot surface temperature, about 462 degrees Celsius. Its clouds are also very toxic as it is made out of sulfuric acid and dominate the atmosphere of Venus. As I said before, Venus has many volcanoes, and they're often shield volcanoes, and their lava flows can extend for hundreds of kilometers. Now, you might be wondering, there could be no way that life could possibly exist on Venus. However, the answer might lie in its clouds. Venus's atmosphere is actually composed of mostly carbon dioxide and sulfuric acid. And recent studies have actually shown that the cloud layer of Venus, which is located 48 kilometers above the surface, can actually be habitable. This is one of the reasons because of this is due to its temperature, and which is 21 degrees, significantly lower than than on its surface, and its pressure is actually quite similar to that on Earth's surface. In addition, the clouds are actually composed of some droplets of compounds which could provide a source of nutrients for potential life forms. And there's been studies that shown on Earth which microbes that survive in acidic environments, which could possibly survive in Venus's clouds. Now, this is an artist's depiction on what life could look like on Venus. Next up is Mars, the fourth planet from the Sun. Let's take a look. Mars is located about 227.9 kilometers away from the Sun, and is about roughly half of the size of the Earth. The day on Mars is roughly the same as Earth, as is 24 hours and 37 minutes, and it has two very small moons called Phobos and Deimos. Mars has a thin atmosphere, which is mainly made of carbon dioxide, and this contributes to its cold temperatures and lack of liquid water. Mars' surface, unlike Venus, has a very diverse landscape, such as vast plains, towering volcanoes, deep canyons, impact craters, and polar ice caps, which are made from water ice and frozen carbon dioxide. There have been many missions who were sent by NASA and other space agencies to Mars, which are currently investigating the possibility of life on Mars and finding other information. Now, let's look at Mars's surface. As I said before, Mars has a very diverse landscape, such as vast plains, which cover a significant portion of the planet's surface, a variety of volcanoes, such as the giant shield volcano Olympic Mons, a systems of canyons stretching over 4,000 kilometers called Valles Marineris, a lot of impact craters, which are caused by meteorite collisions, uh, ice caps as poles, which consist of water ice and frozen carbon dioxide, and sometimes there can be dust storms, which can engulf the entire planet, which can last for weeks or months. Alright, now let's see if there can be life on Mars. Did you know that Mars used to contain liquid water? There's actually a lot of evidence to support that there was actually liquid water on Mars before. The methane, a gas that can only be produced by biological processes, has also been detected on Mars. Mars also has subsurface environments, which offer protection from radiation, cold temperatures, and dust storms. All of these, which we talked about, harms life. There has also been evidence that there's actually a large quantity of frozen water beneath the surface of Mars. Pretty cool, right? The last moon we'll be looking at today is Titan, which is the second largest moon in the solar system and a moon of Saturn. Titan is located about 1.4 billion kilometers from the Sun and has a diameter of 3,100 kilometers and is the second largest moon in the solar system. Day on Titan lasts 15 Earth days and 22 hours. Apart from Earth, Titan is the only moon in the solar system with a thick atmosphere, which is mainly composed of nitrogen and contains traces of methane and other hydrocarbons. It is also the only moon in the solar system to have clouds, which is due to its thick atmosphere. Titan is incredibly cold, with an average temperature of negative 179 degrees Celsius. And in 2015, the European Space Agency Huygens probe landed on Titan's surface, taking many photos and gathering data, as I'll talk about in a while. So, Titan's surface. Titan contains many features similar to Earth, with methane lakes and seas. But however, on Earth, the lakes and seas are made out of liquid water. However, on Titan is made out of liquid methane. This is due to its cold temperature. Titan also has a vast expanses of dunes and can reach heights up to several hundred meters, and these are shaped by wind and erosion. In addition, Titan also has many surface impact craters, which are formed by the impact of asteroids or comets, and contains many psychovolcanoes, which erupt with icy material, such as frozen water, ammonia, or methane, which play a role in shaping the moon's surface. Now, this is the Huygens probe, which took the first photos of Titan's surface. This is the photo taken, and this is the photo taken with enhanced contrast. Do you think it looks quite like Earth and could be possibly we could possibly live there in after a few hundred years? Life on Titan. Now, Titan actually has liquid hydrocarbon lakes, which could potentially support life, and its atmosphere has complex organic molecules, which are also very important for life. Titan's underground ocean and hydrothermal activity could potentially provide energy if we were to move there. And scientists say Titan's environment is a lot like early Earth, which could potentially give us signs about our own planet's history. And that brings us to the end of our incredible journey exploring the potential for life in our solar system. From the scorching heat of Venus to the frozen landscapes of Europa to the methane filled lakes of Titan, we have delved into the mysteries of our cosmic neighborhood. But the quest for life doesn't stop here. Our exploration continues as we continue to send missions, like the upcoming Europa Clipper and the Dragonfly mission to Titan, to uncover more secrets hidden within these celestial bodies. So what planets and moons from this video do you think life could possibly exist in? Thanks for watching.